The Murfreesboro City Council voted to authorize Griggs & Maloney Engineering to conduct planning and design of daylighting Town Creek from Murphy Springs Culvert near the Discovery Center to South Church Street near Broad Street. Town Creek currently flows in underground concrete culverts and a series of corrugated metal pipes from Murphy Springs to Cannonsburg Village before emptying into Lytle Creek. Town Creek was placed in culverts as part of the development and redevelopment projects in the 1950s and 1960s. Murfreesboro Assistant City Engineer Sam Huddleston addresses the City Council about this project.
This is the intersection of Church Street and Broad Street. The blue arrows there show the current location of the Town Creek conveyance. And if you'll recall, we purchased the 3 parcels there in September with the idea that it would give us a lot more flexibility in our design to address the failing infrastructure there in that section of the Town Creek conveyance. We authorized Griggs & Maloney a few months ago to work on a conceptual design. Here is a concept of what they have in mind with some open daylighted sections as well as some sections in culvert, and I'll trace that for you right here. This part here would be culverted. This stretch here would be open. Again, a culvert here to maintain the access to McDonald's, and then this particular portion would be open as well. By doing that, we eliminate the need to replace failing infrastructure. If you'll recall, we've had some failures in our very large culverts out there. And there's also the environmental benefit of restoring a stream, which was placed in culverts in the 1950s and 60s.
Daylighting a stream means it will be changed to its natural condition. An above-ground channel, like a stream would normally look in a natural setting and like Town Creek was before the 1950s. By daylighting the stream, it can be credited for stream mitigation with the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation. Huddleston explains.
Griggs & Maloney's conceptual design includes this concept, and that's what we're going to try to reinstall there in the parts that are outside of the culverted sections. And then this is an example photograph of an urban stream, hardscape and pedestrian crossings that would be a typical of what we will try to accomplish in that particular stretch.
According to previous engineering inspections, the culverts are in poor condition and in need of repair or replacement. In 2007, a portion of the culvert system failed in the former KFC parking lot and had to be replaced. Griggs & Maloney has proposed abandoning the pipe and culvert infrastructure and daylighting Town Creek rather than replacing the existing storm drainage structures. The Historic Bottoms Planning Study that the city had been conducting recommends daylighting Town Creek and extending the Lytle Creek Greenway to the Discovery Center. This would be another amenity that would draw people downtown and connect 2 gems in our parks and recreation facilities, Cannonsburg Village and Murphy Springs. The cost for the design phase would be divided between the stormwater utility fee and Cherry Lane Phase 2 design, which is funded from loan proceeds. Construction costs for future phases of the project would likely have a similar split. It is anticipated that work on daylighting Town Creek could begin in the summer of 2017.
The beauty of this project as we have it conceived today is that we will replace failing infrastructure with an open stream, but we can also get stream mitigation credits, which we will need for construction of Cherry Lane Phase 2. Mr. Maloney and I were looking at that this afternoon, and we estimate about 300 feet of stream mitigation credits will be required for the construction of Cherry Lane Phase 2, which is projected to start in about 2 to 3 years.
Do you think there'll be potential to have a walking path alongside it?
To answer your question, Mr. Smotherman, that's exactly an element that we'll include in that. What I did not expand in the design proposals, we've asked Griggs & Maloney to include those elements along the path that we would really see connecting the corner of Church and Broad Street back up to Murphy Springs. So go ahead and include those in design. Once it comes that time, we'll be able to talk with city management about funding that particular element, but certainly the pedestrian elements, a pedestrian bridge crossing the creek is part of what we've envisioned.
I think that it's almost a requirement that we go ahead and start looking pretty aggressively at that, as well as the other side of Church Street. The sooner the better, I think, because it'll really help stimulate the development, I think, of the Bottoms project as far as getting it going off to a good start.
We've been very pleased with the attention that Town Creek has gotten in the Bottoms study. And I think, again, to call attention to the gems that we have with Cannonsburg and the Lionel Creek Trail, as well as Murphy Springs and Discovery Center, and then being able to link those with a pedestrian connection has a lot of merit.